Well, hello and welcome to the Spirit Safe. My name's Rob. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. I think it's time for an Irish whiskey, and this is one I picked out last year. It is from the Waterford distillery. It is Sheestown, single farm origin whiskey, edition 1.2. It's an Irish single malt whiskey. Very bold on the packaging here, very bright blue, and the blue theme continues inside. You've got a full cobalt blue bottle, which is very striking. You might think that's a bit annoying, you can't see the colour, but there's a bit of authenticity to this kind of colour in glassware, because blenders sometimes use cobalt blue glasses so that they can't see the colour of the liquid, and it doesn't influence their how they perceive what they're trying. So there's a bit of authenticity about it. I personally do like the striking appearance of it. 50% ABV, non-chill filtered, natural colour. Waterford Distillery are very keen on terroir, and there is a picture. You can scan the bottle, put in the bottle code, and it will tell you a ridiculous amount of information about the about where the barley is grown, the full cask recipe, the dates of maturation, the bottling dates, absolutely everything. This is a 4-year-old whiskey. A combination of ex-bourbon, ex-sherry, virgin oak, and quite a bit of French wine cask as well. The closure here is a bit of a strange one. It's sort of clear glass, and you think, well, how does that work? It's got a seal, a kind of rubber seal on it, so it kind of like a posh vinegar or wine, oil bottle. I'm not sure I like that as much as a cork closure, but it kind of works. So initially on the nose, it's kind of fresh and breezy, spirit-led apples, and then there is the oak sort of comes in. A lot of European oak comes in. So it's an interesting mix here between some fairly heavy cask influence and just a nice, simple maltiness. Nice cereals, poached fruits, hints of dryness in places. Granny Smith apple, baking apples. Like a peach cobbler or an apple crumble, maybe. A bit of boiled sweets, kind of tartish boiled sweets. Fairly spicy. There's some cut grass going on, hay, straw. Meadow flowers or buttercups, some honey, Brazil nuts or mixed roasted nuts, fresh ginger, ground nutmeg, bit of black pepper as well. Palate. It's a young whiskey, so it's a little bit, it's feisty at 50%. It does burst with honey, apple, spices, oak. It's malty, lots of oranges, a lovely sourness going on, but also sweet orange, so kind of bitter orange, sweet orange, maple syrup, kind of herbal notes. A spirit intensity, but still a fairly mature whiskey for a young age. Let's give it a drop of water. Picking up more spice, ground cumin, maybe some Moroccan spices, lemon, orange, ginger, milk chocolate, quite a bit of mint, lavender, heather, raisins and currants starting to come through. That seems to have actually brought out an alcohol intensity in some ways, adding a bit of water there. Add a bit of water, you're getting fresh orange liqueur, vanilla, salted plums, tiramisu, nice barley sugar with an acidic edge, but there's also dryness and maybe a bit too much of the European oak casks, a bit too much spice, some ginger. Finish is of apple and pear, cinnamon, lime, honey. It's fairly long on the oakiness and that oak spice. Pick up some extra strong mint, a little bit of chili, dark chocolate, a kind of greenish chlorophyll, some spiced rum, and when you add water and give it a bit of time, much more tropical fruit comes through. I like this, and I like what Waterford are doing. I'm not sure I'd buy this particular expression again. I think what I'd like to do is look more at their range and see if there's anything that's much more ex-bourbon and ex-sherry rather than having so much European oak. But this is very drinkable. Fair price, and I like what they're doing at Waterford. It's a reminder that actually Ireland is one of the more exciting whiskey countries nowadays. They sort of decimated their whiskey industry, producing very generic products that were just sold in bars and drunk as a quick as a chaser. And now smaller producers are making some very interesting things, and at just 4 years old it is drinkable and definitely a distillery to follow. I'll be looking out for other Waterford products. If you tried this, I'd love to know what you think of it. Until then, stay tuned. Some interesting ones coming up. Might have more Scotch, might have an Islay whiskey, a peated whiskey, or we might have something from a very unusual country coming up. I'll see. Let's see how we manage the herd. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review and see you again soon. Cheers. Goodbye.